You walk into a coffee shop. You are thinking about your order. You are thinking about the email you have to send. But before any of that, before you even register the smell of espresso, your eyes have already done something you never asked them to do. They found the exits. They found the windows. They found every person already seated. They found the one man facing the wrong way, and they lingered there half a second longer than anywhere else. You did not choose to do this. You do not remember deciding to do this. But the real answer for why your body just did all of that is far stranger than simple habit. It is not a habit. It is a program. And it has been running uninterrupted for roughly 2 million years. Think about the last time you sat down in a restaurant. Did you pick the seat facing the door or the seat with your back to the room? Most people, without ever discussing it, choose the same seat. Back to the wall, face to the door, a clear line of sight across the whole space. The environmental psychologist J. Appleton had a name for this preference. He called it prospect-refuge theory. Prospect means the ability to see out. Refuge means the ability to not be seen from behind. Appleton argued that humans, like almost every prey animal on the savannah, are drawn to environments that give them both at once. A ridge overlooking a valley, a cave mouth facing open ground, a booth in the back corner of a diner. You were never taught to want this. Your ancestors who wanted it survived. The ones who sat with their backs exposed, facing away from the room, did not get to pass on that preference nearly as often. So here is the strange part. That preference did not disappear when the predators did. There are no leopards in your office building. There is no lion behind the filing cabinet. And yet, the moment you walk into an unfamiliar room, some ancient part of your brain still runs the same threat assessment it ran on the plains of Pleistocene Africa. Where is the danger? Where is the way out? Who here is watching me? Why would evolution keep a system running long after the threat is gone? Because shutting it off is far riskier than leaving it on. The evolutionary biologist Randolph Ness described this with something called the smoke detector principle. A smoke detector that goes off too often, when there is only burnt toast, is annoying. A smoke detector that fails to go off once, when there is an actual fire, gets you killed. Evolution does not build for accuracy. It builds for cost. And a false alarm, a moment of unnecessary vigilance in a perfectly safe coffee shop, costs you almost nothing. A missed threat, even once, could cost you everything. So your nervous system was shaped by millions of years of that math. It would rather have you scan a harmless room 1,000 times than miss a genuine danger once. That is not paranoia. That is a survival algorithm running exactly as designed, in an environment it was never designed for. And it is not only rooms, it is people. Have you ever met someone and known, almost instantly, that something was off? Not because of anything they said, just a feeling. The psychologist Nalini Ambadi studied something she called thin slicing, the mind's ability to form accurate judgments from just a few seconds of observation. In one of her studies, people watching silent, 2-second video clips of teachers could predict student evaluations from an entire semester almost as accurately as students who sat in the class all year. 2 seconds, no sound, and the brain already knew. This is the same system that scans the coffee shop. It is not analyzing consciously. It is pattern matching against an enormous ancient library of faces, postures, and movements built from every human interaction your ancestors ever survived or did not. You are not paying attention to the room. Some deeper, older part of you already did the paying attention, and it is only now handing you the summary. Now here is the twist that makes this even stranger. This system was built for small groups. Anthropologists estimate that early humans lived in bands of maybe 30 to 50 people. Everyone you ever met, you would meet again. Every face was worth remembering. Every stranger was worth assessing, because a stranger on the savannah was either a threat, a rival, or a potential ally. And getting that assessment wrong could be fatal. Today you might pass 300 strangers before lunch. Your threat detection system was never built for that volume. It still tries to run its full assessment on every single face in every elevator, on every train platform. This is part of why cities feel so exhausting in a way that has nothing to do with physical effort. Your ancient scanning system is working overtime, assessing hundreds of strangers. A system built for 50 was never meant to process. Have you ever noticed how much calmer you feel in a familiar space, even a crowded one, than in an unfamiliar one with almost no one in it? That is the program again. Familiar space means the threat assessment is already complete. Unfamiliar space means it has to start from zero every single time, whether or not there is anything to actually assess. Think about what this means the next time you walk into any room. That instinct to glance at the door, that quiet unease when someone sits behind you instead of beside you, that flicker of judgment about a stranger before they have said a single word. None of it is you overthinking. It is a survival system, tuned across 2 million years of savanna and forest and coastline, still quietly doing its job in a world of glass office towers and fluorescent coffee shops. It is not broken. It is just old. And maybe that is the more useful way to think about your own instincts. Not as anxiety to be silenced, but as evidence. Evidence of an unbroken chain of ancestors who scanned every room they ever entered and lived long enough to pass that habit down to you. So the next time you walk into a room and your eyes move to the door before you even think about it, remember what is really happening. It is not a habit. It is not paranoia. It is the oldest part of you, still watching out for the rest of you, exactly the way it always has. Your brain just got a little smarter. Smash like if it's still catching up. And subscribe. Your ancestors would want you to continue learning with Smilos.